Ba-dum, boom, boom.
It's always sunny in Soccerdelphia. Stevie and Sonny will make it swell for ya. Gather around your futuristic computer machine and listen to Soccerdelphia friends.
Stevie, what's the most famous number 39 to play soccer ball?
I think last week we said it was going to be the
Greg
Liverpool
Louganis.
loanee who's actually on loan at Portsmouth, Ryan Fulton. His squad number at Liverpool, I think, is 39.
Ryan Fulton. We have cameras in the house today. How does that make you feel that we're like I got to pick my nose real bad right now?
Just go for it.
And now I can't do it.
Why
I'm
not?
nervous. Stage fright.
I'm not saying it. Yeah, his squad number is 39. Yeah, Ryan Fulton. He's on loan at Pompey.
Sweet. Well, welcome to the man that no one's ever heard of episode of It's Always
I've
Sunny in
heard of
Soccer,
him.
except for Stevie, who's a nobody.
If he gets Pompey promoted, we will dedicate a whole episode to him again.
Perfect. I want to know about your week this week. What did you do? No, I know. For the people,
It was alright. Yeah, it was alright. Worked in our first week in my new job in the field and stuff.
speaking of in the field, you should have been in the field the first half of our men's league game today, but you weren't. What happened?
my
Tell the
God.
listeners. Tell the listeners. Let them know.
So I thought I'd be actually a nice Sunday league player, and it doesn't matter because previous seasons have gone now, and paid to play and sign up legally and not play as Dave Lunn every week
But
or Randy.
small addition to the story. Don't forget to add the glove bit too, because
Oh, yeah,
it sort of
we'll go in there. Yeah, of
encapsulates
course.
what happened today.
So I even turned up before the kickoff today as well. Sometimes I'm
Barely, yeah.
very lazy at that.
We were kicked off at 1. You showed up at about 1:06, but we had a late kickoff time.
Yeah, it
but
was
you get
delayed.
credit. You get credit.
So I got there, and being the 11th person there entitled me to the wonderful honour of being the goalkeeper
Right.
for today's game. White shirt. Don't really mind wearing white. It wasn't that muddy.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit sunburnt, so it looked okay, I guess. I looked somewhat like an old match in goal. Pale
Yeah,
skin,
red hair.
white. It was easy.
Change.
And being Boston Avenue's nature when it comes to organisation and keeping stuff as professional as possible, never provide a match ball. We only had
Right.
one goalkeeper glove because the other one was lost
Right.
before the game. And I don't have the strongest of palms or manliest of hands. They're rather soft.
That's not what I heard at all.
Well, oh no, my fingertips are very rough, but the actual base
No,
of my hands are very soft.
I did hear that.
So yeah, it's terrible. It's a disease.
Right.
But so I had to play in goal with one glove, and to be fair, it didn't start too bad. Like my kicking was okay. I was quite surprised how well I was
Me
kicking
too.
the ball.
Me too. You were thumping the
I was
shit out of the
really
ball.
kicking it,
yeah, into the wind
Jesus
too.
out of it, yeah.
Yeah.
And
wow.
a few caught the wind a little too high and just went not where I wanted. But kicking was okay.
No, kicking was very good.
I had a cross I had to take out of the air when I was backpedaling. Like I had to properly like jump with both hands and catch it.
Did you bring a knee up?
No, I was going back. I would have probably gone like that. Anyway, I know I should have. You're right.
Did you say keeper?
Not at that one.
Okay, no, it's all
because
right.
I was like, let's see if I catch this first. Then I had that guy had that shot from far out that I did go keeper.
Yeah.
Sorry to
They
listen.
said, yeah, sorry to all Italians in the world.
But it did that thing where
Hey,
instead of
keeper!
instead of dropping my chest behind it, I like welcomed it to my groin.
Oh, I
And
did
it
see
got
that.
just the tip of the area that you don't want it to hit.
Was it a nut tip or the helmet tip?
The phallic tip.
That's the good thing about a penis. Got a helmet on.
So yeah,
Ready for
but
bat-
it stings,
ready for
right?
bat- Yeah, it stinks.
So then
It's
I'm
penis.
stinging for a bit, but that's okay. We're probably like 10 minutes before half time,
Right.
and things are going steady.
You
I would
played,
say.
and I'll add this. I don't think you were, for the majority of your half and goal, you were not within 35 or 40 yards of your goal.
No, I very much tried
It was
to be a
really
sweeper.
annoying for everyone
because
playing.
it scares everyone a lot.
Yeah, and it's
Because that guy tried to
tempting for the other
tip me
team.
one time, didn't he?
Yeah, I think it was like the third touch of the game.
But yeah, so I'd rather play my feet than my hands because I think I trust my feet more than my hands. Until there was a moment where, and we talked about this earlier, it's very hard to judge someone's speed when they're running at you.
Definitely, different
Because they
perspective.
just get bigger, quicker than the person next
That's how
to
you
them.
judge.
And that's how
He
you
gets
judge.
big quick.
Yeah, right. And so there was like a missed header by one of our defenders, and he kind of like flicked it back because it was very windy. Because it was Gainsey. He's a really good header of the ball. Never misjudges headers until nature
Probably
is a
our
cruel
strongest
mistress.
player.
In the air.
One of them, for sure.
And probably the most important player every week, without a doubt, right? And so, and he's playing alongside Dan, who's probably our second most important player and probably the second best header on the team. And he probably positions himself better. They're really good defenders, right? But this wind is just a cruel mistress to them both. And it ends up being flicked off Gainsey, and Dan tries to flick it and turns, and he starts to shield it back to me.
Right.
Well, the guy running alongside him is pretty quick over like 5 yards. We talked about this earlier. Very quick over distance. And he gets round.
We'll give him a little shout out, Brandon Carr.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy too.
Nice guy. You're a nice, fast guy.
One of the nicest guys out there, really, for Sunday League. You get a lot of dicks, but he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And so he starts to come towards me, and I think, this is it.
This is how I die.
Where you come off your line and you get hurt. So I think it's fine, just go for it. So I run out the box and everything's going fine. I'm getting to the ball before him.
Yeah, you're fast too.
Because I'm pretty quick.
He was probably looking and saying, "God, that goalkeeper's getting
He's
big,
getting big quickly.
big
His
quickly.
freckles are getting denser and denser by the minute.
This match is getting big.
Yeah, and
he's gonna catch fire."
And so, as I go to kick it and kick the bejesus out of it like I've been doing all game, it takes a hop. And it did take a hop. Like, I didn't miss it because my foot was on the ground.
You did miss it. Sorry.
Let me
you missed
rephrase
it
that.
badly.
But I didn't go over it. I went like to kick a ball normally off the ground, but it bopped. Not even enough for me to take a nick to lift it in the air or anything.
Yeah.
Like, it literally just went boom, went over my foot, and then he ran around me and scored.
Right.
And then I thought, well, it'll be all right because I'll go up front the second half and make up for it by scoring goals. But I didn't even do that.
No, you didn't.
So it was a really bad day.
Well, there was a good thing that came from that.
I'll never play goal again.
No, not with that kicking. Everything that happened during the first half, I threw a man down by his neck.
That was
and they were like, "What are you doing?" I said, "What do you mean? What are we doing? We gave you a goal. Shut up." Yeah, I just kept going back to it. It was like my ace in the hole, and I used it over and over
One
again.
of their players ran past me and he went, "You're wearing one glove?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
like, why would I not wear two?
Yeah.
Why would I not wear one? Sorry, why would I wear two?
Yeah. Well, you want me to wear 0? What am I, Dino Zoff in the early 70s?
My Lenin or something?
Right?
It's like golf. You're wearing one glove.
Yeah, I was Michael Jackson goalkeeper today. So it's terrible. It really pissed me off. Because I have this thing, right, when I play Sunday League, and I shouldn't have this, but my competitive nature is still so intense that I still really want to perform. And I'm realistic in the sense that I don't train every day, so there's no way I'm going to be consistent in terms of, like, I don't get to stay for half hour to train and do 100 shots or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm aware of that. But I get so frustrated with myself, and it's just like the simple things. You think, you know what? If you gave me that chance again right now, I would be able to do it.
Well, that's the torturous thing about it, is it's like you don't have the means to keep the tools sharp.
No.
But you have the knowledge and the memory of how it feels to have sharp tools.
Like, you think, oh, I see that guy making that run. I'm going to play this pass to him. And then you're like, where'd the ball go? Oh, shit, damn it, I lost it. And then you're like, whoa. I don't know. It's kind of like, I was thinking about it and I was walking away. You know, we talked about co-ed. Puts you in that position. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah. Well, I don't really know. I don't play co-ed.
Well, you're a dickhead for trying, you're a dickhead for not trying.
Of course.
Sunday League for me, I'm going to try all the time.
Yeah.
Unless we're playing one of them teams where they just like playing football and you beat them easy. Because I think to them, I'd rather do that because I like them for playing there because they enjoy playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not good, but they just love playing football and they're all mates. That's brilliant. That's the antithesis, I guess you could say, of Sunday League football.
Right. That's like a fucking unicorn.
Yeah. They're very rare. But when you get one of them, you're like, man. But everyone else you're going to try against, right? Because you want to win.
Well, our club's philosophy has sort of always been like, if we win, the other team's miserable. If we lose, the other team's miserable.
Yes.
Like,
and today we drew, and it was a weird feeling because they were really frustrated.
yeah, they were miserable.
We had was that our youngest goal scorer for the club today?
That's a great question.
Has to be
16. Right? No, I think he scored in the summer, so he was.
That's sevens though, right?
Yeah, that's true. Youngest
League goal,
I think
and it was a brilliant goal. To be fair,
top corner.
he probably doesn't listen
What
to this parental advisory.
Yeah, well, I would hope his parents are
Yeah.
better than that.
One's a judge, I hope so.
Anything else go on this week? Anything exciting?
No. I coached a really talented group of young lads yesterday. They were covered for a coach.
Oh, you did.
They were really good, yeah. That was it.
We had some
What about
exciting
you?
stuff going on this week. Well, our general manager got in down here. That's exciting.
But you also had bad, exciting stuff happen too.
Well, we had some incredibly bad, exciting stuff happen as well. I got an email from the county, and they said that if the vision vote passes, that we will be homeless here on the 31st of August. So we could lose our stadium and our offices and stuff like that to BMX. And I took a meeting this week with a sponsor, and they said that the transportation portion of that is like a lock. The increase in fire and police is a lock, and they said the sports and entertainment piece is like neck and neck.
When you mean a lock, what do you mean? Guaranteed to happen?
Yeah, guaranteed to happen. So it can go either way, and Doc and I are going to craft a statement and come out and sort of.
As a couple?
Yes, always, always. I think I'm going to wear a suit with a cardboard sign that says "We'll work for Stadium." But so yeah, that was, and then there was an attachment at the bottom of that email, and it was a $23,000 water bill. I was like, I hope she is listening. No, I can't. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say. It was a bad email.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was shitty. It was a shitty day. It was a Monday too. It was like,
Oh,
man,
that's a really bad way to start your week.
really bad way to start.
Although
the week.
sometimes I think if my Monday just starts terrible,
And
it's
you-
good because I've bottomed out early.
Bottom out early. Although, I mean, if you gotta, I don't know.
Yeah, like
It's
was
just-
Monday one of those days where it is just so bad that you're like, it don't even matter. Tomorrow will be 100% better than
Well,
today.
it was super productive. I got a bunch of shit done. You know, we knocked out a bunch of projects, got a whole bunch of other stuff up and going. You know, we're starting to get the website turned back around. Like, just I had a bunch of stuff. Got some players registered.
Mhm.
Got, I think, a new Mexican league team coming in.
Mhm.
So I think we may be up to three games against Mexican Liga Mex teams this summer. So,
Who's the other two against? Can you say?
well, Monterrey has committed to coming back, and I teased Santos Laguna, so people I think have an idea that Santos Laguna's 20s will be here.
How do you tease a professional team?
I sent like their third logo, which no one really sees on Twitter. I just sort of said, "Here's a teaser." Not a whole lot of people knew what it was, and it's my new symbol too. It's an S with a halo over it.
Oh, I like that. You should get it tattooed on top of your wrist. This one. That'd look good. Just a little S.
I do have Yao Ming tattooed on my arm.
So why not get an S with a halo around it?
It's not Asian. Asian tattoos are hot. That's why I have the bowl of pho and 7-time NBA All-Star Yao Ming.
So get a Chinese S.
Well, then it won't be the same. And it's China, so they're probably Buddhists, and they don't even know what a halo is.
Just get a reincarnated S on your hand then. I mean, it's just really simple.
Yeah.
So what else happened this week?
Well, there was that. That was good. It was a good start. Raised a few sponsorship dollars. The kit is in production right now. Like, we got all the names of all the season ticket holders, all the sponsors, and the supporters group, and all that, and they're
Tight.
being sublimated in now. So that's really exciting. And I designed a new goalkeeper jersey, so that was exciting.
God.
I did. It's famous Tulsan Bob Wills. He's a country music singer, a.k.a. I'm not a big country guy, but he's fucking badass.
What colour is it then? Brown or something?
Pink. And he has that Sex Pistols print across his eyes, and it says, "God saved the king." So fuck you, England.
Oh, so you have a face on the back of it.
In the front.
Fine.
Yeah, I'll show you a picture here in a minute. We'll put it up. We'll link it to the
You
website.
can get it up now and like give it a little.
Oh
tease
yeah,
on the
it's
put it
video,
right to the
right?
camera.
I forget we're
Yeah.
on video today, so I hope that this doesn't pick up my nudies.
The camera's right here.
Oh yeah, I remember where the camera is. It's this one here. So
Oh, I thought you were showing the nudies then.
no, okay, yeah, I'll show some nudies too. And yeah, restaurant stuff. And as you can tell, my cook broke his shoulder today, and then I found out we had a catering, and I had to do that. So the new goalkeeper jersey.
Ooh. That is nice.
I agree.
Very nice.
You're just out there, man. You're just doing your thing.
In the back.
Oh. Focus here. You may be too
Focus.
close. You're too close to focus. Just go back a little bit. And move it to the middle.
Looks good, mate.
It's blurry, but you know,
we
it's
get, we
good.
get the gist of it.
Yeah.
It's got the crest.
People listening on their
shorts
phones.
they have in?
because-
Black or pink? They have to be
Pink.
pink, wouldn't they?
Pink always goes with a brown, Stevie. Always goes with a nice brown.
So,
Light or dark?
what,
Chocolate and strawberries, idiot. Come on.
what colour shorts
Yes.
are they wearing?
Probably black. Black on black
Oh,
on
they're
black.
Because they got black game shorts.
The goalkeepers always wear the same color.
Yeah, you can't do that. You need to change it up. Go all pink.
Well, the players are wearing dark green socks this year.
So they can go black socks, goalkeeper.
Yes, they can.
All pink everything, man. Just do it. They look awesome.
I need to make a call then.
Yeah, you probably want to change that. That's okay. They look good though.
I got a wine dinner coming up.
You got robbed as well.
Oh, and we got robbed. Yeah, I forgot about that
The
part.
stadium had a really shitty week.
Yeah, it started good. Like I had 4 panels. Like I had a lift down here, and I had 4 panels and a piece of the scoreboard that had flown off, got screwed back up there. So
That's positive.
piecing shit together, thinking this is going
That's
to be a
good, yeah.
productive week. Boom, boom, boom. Meeting with some crews, getting some
Yeah.
plumbing issues done, and then there was like 4 inches of water in the men's room that came up because they turned the water on without telling anyone. They're like, "Where's the water coming
We
from?"
paid your bill. What were you expecting, Sonny? They're going to turn the damn water on.
Right?
Sonny's fault.
Blame it on me. And then we went up to the luxury suite and someone stole our amp and our soundboard, like $5,000 worth of shit. It's like, God.
It wasn't cute, was it? It's a joke.
Best joke ever. So yeah, it was an up and down week. But by up and down, I mean mostly down and shitty.
Yeah. But Matt's back, so that's positive.
Matt's back. It's positive.
And your team rescued a point in the dying minutes of a game today.
Mhm.
Your men's team. So it was positive in that regard.
Yep, we did indeed. Your men's league team too. Would have got 3 had it not been for first half goalkeeping.
Or me able to finish. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I wonder how many games there's been where you could blame someone.
Well,
So obviously for a goal, and so obviously for not scoring goals.
and don't leave out the important piece of what you found on walking back to your car.
I found the fucking glove. Sat there on the floor.
How was your day today? My day was exactly the situation of the other glove.
And you know what, right? I hate playing in goal so much that my wife even knows about it. She don't know anything else about my football. She couldn't tell you what position I play. One thing Jordan knows is I hate playing in goal, and it winds me up when she tells me I'm good at playing in goal. So today I came home and I was like, I had a horrific day today. She's like in the middle of something. I said, oh, it's terrible. I had to play in goal. She just stopped and looked up and went, oh, this is brilliant. And I was like, and I made a mistake on a goal, and she was like, oh, I wish I was there. Oh, thanks.
I saw your wife this week in a bar
Oh, yeah. I heard about that
with
too.
another man. No, I'm kidding.
No, there was
I'm kidding
another
about the
man
bar.
there. There was another man there, though. And another woman.
Yeah, and they were wearing scrubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, she goes, "You gonna give me this? You gonna donate this charity?" And I was like, "Is that your pitch? You just yell at me?" Yes is the answer. Yes.
I like the direct nature.
I said I would donate no matter what, but you and I got to talk. And just then the owner of the bar walks over and she goes, "Are you going to donate to this?"
And you said no,
and,
didn't he?
And he turned a half turn and just walked back from whence he came. Like, Jay, like, I mean, have you even tried being nice?
Do you know the small talk thing?
I mean, it's not like Junior League is struggling and shit.
I know, right? No, but seriously, if you want to donate, you should donate to Junior League.
I told her, so long as you got a W-9, I'll donate. So,
Yeah. You should do season tickets. That'd be a good thing too, I think.
Yeah, I do. I donate some season tickets.
That'd be a good idea. Because some of those junior leaguers, they'd like that.
Oh,
All the
yeah.
sweet
I
things
got
that
some
it's-
other news.
Oh, go ahead.
My buddy got shot.
Cool.
Yeah, not cool. His dad. So I rolled down in the gym with him in the jiu-jitsu gym, and his dad, Mikey, the East Side Assassin Burnett. They were working out in the gym on the east side of Tulsa. So, and his dad is probably one of the baddest dudes in town. He was the number one he was the number one contender in the UFC in the 90s. So, like back in the day.
What's his name?
Mikey Burnett.
Okay, I'm looking him up while you're talking. Keep going.
So these guys rob him. They come up and say, "Can we use your cell phone?" He says, "Sure. You tell me the number, I'll dial it." So they pull a gun. And,
That's not how this works.
And they said, "Give me your money," and he says, "Fuck off." And I don't know why they were robbing him. He has one ear.
He's terrifying looking.
Yeah, he's a scary fucking dude. Like, this dude will fuck you up.
He's 5'9". They misjudged him.
Oh, Jesus. So you were on the east side, and you robbed a man with one ear named the East Side Assassin. Dumbest robbers ever. But they shot him 3 times in the stomach and once in the groin. And his son ran around and put the kid in a rear naked choke. And the guy's arm got a little bit free, and he shot my little buddy Freddie in the leg. And I may put the I should maybe
the story's here. It's crazy.
Maybe I should put the text up.
Freddie's young.
Yeah, he's like 18. He's also my gang's limo driver. So if anyone wants to question the credibility of my gang, our limo driver got shot.
Damn. That's crazy.
But that's heroic shit. You know, if you want to define fight or flight, when the gun goes off, he ran around the truck, fucking jumped on the guy, took the guy's back, and started choking him out.
That sucks. Poor guy.
Yeah, but yeah, he's recovering. His dad got through about 3 surgeries and is doing better. There's a GoFundMe. I donated $100 to it. Nice guy. But yeah, that happened. So yeah, really bad week. Oh, and I think my girlfriend and I may break up as well. So, Jesus, that was a rough one.
Man.
I'm ready for tomorrow.
How's your bowel movements?
No
They
shit,
good?
it's all rainbows and unicorn farts from here on out. Because fuck, I had a terrible week last week.
Why might you break up? Do you want to talk about it or not?
No, I just didn't go to my soccer games.
Damn, I've been divorced a long time ago if that was the case.
I'm just kidding.
I have to lure Jordan in with soft pretzels.
There's always like, let's tag team that ass. Let's be like, there's white wine out there, and then we'll just like give them a bottle and let them get perfectly tipsy. 1 bottle of white wine between 2 women is a good amount.
Yeah.
Not too much, not too little.
No, I think it's the right amount. That's true.
All right. Sounds like next Sunday is a Chardonnay Sunday league spectacular.
Hey, baby, want to come out and drink wine in South Tulsa?
Watch Stevie and I film the game from a GoPro and for next week's podcast, which we are thinking about doing. So, anyways, I think we're going to take a break. Thanks for listening about our
and watching
our week and watching. We'll be right back.
Do it.
Are we back?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, leave that in.
Sure.
So we're gonna do as you know on this show, like Stevie gets a fair amount of stick for clearly mispronouncing the beautiful words of the English language. So
Jose Altidore.
So we're gonna do a brief weekly piece called "Words with Scott" with our wonderful friend of the show, Scott Frohnhofer in Buffalo. So this week,
He's not my friend.
you might be. Play your cards right. You got another friend. So this is Words with Scott.
Hey, Sonny, I've got a great idea. Let's get a pizza.
Very good. Looking forward to more Words with Scott.
Next week. Yeah, brilliant.
There's so many words that end with A. Like, I mean, he's gonna have just
He's going to have the best time ever.
yeah, for sure. You want to talk about soccer?
Yeah, sure. What are you talking about? Well, words, yeah?
Yeah.
Yesterday when I was coaching that team, one of their kids goes to Bishop Kelly and he's got the BK top on, right?
Yeah.
And another kid goes, "What does BK mean, coach?" And I was like, well, could mean many things, Chris, but I said his name. We need to edit that bit out.
Nah, that'd be fine.
And I said, it could mean many things, child. And he said, oh, okay. I said, but in this instance, I think it means Bishop Kelly. And I said, there are other things it could mean too. And he said, yeah, like, be careful. And I was like, no, but it's okay.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
But he's really good at football, so.
Yeah, that's all that counts. I
Yeah,
love
I'm
the
serious.
cameras.
I really thought you were going to go for a Burger King.
That was what we talked about. We said Burger King. That guy in England who changed his name to double cheeseburger, bacon double cheeseburger. That's what he changed his name to. His quote about how his fiance feels about it was, my fiance is not thrilled at the possibility of being a cheeseburger.
Well, the guy that works for Admiral selling uniforms, that's Paul Hamburger.
No, it ain't.
Yeah.
But that might be his real last name, right? He didn't change it to be
Yeah.
Hamburger, did he?
Still a terrible last name. I would have changed it to Cheeseburger. Why would you not have cheese on it?
Yeah.
Idiot.
So did you watch any Premier League football yesterday?
Yeah, I've been working a lot, so I get up early and I don't get, like, that's one of my days to sleep in a little bit is Saturdays and Sundays. So I sleep a little bit, but I've been getting in the habit of just catching the highlights, which isn't really good enough if you host a soccer show, but it's all that I have for you. So yeah, I watched the highlights of all of them. So
Leicester's obviously have Leicester won the league?
no.
Okay.
They are favorites they're favorites to win the league.
Would Leicester be disappointed if they didn't win the league now? I say yes.
I mean, I think they're within a game or two of being yes. There's still, 9 games left?
Yes. That's all they have, though, in their season, right?
Right.
Whereas other teams around them have.
Some FA Cup
Tottenham's got
stuff and
Borussia Dortmund on Thursday.
Right. That's going to
And
be...
Leicester don't play till Monday. So, take a couple of days off, lads.
It's still the dream season continues. But we've missed a few games since we've missed a couple weeks of podcast, but they missed a big chance on
Tottenham did,
Wednesday
when they lost to West Ham.
and Arsenal lost to Swansea.
Yeah, everything seems to go in their favour. And they were talking. I heard someone talking on one of the BBC podcasts saying that they think that this time next year we would kind of be looking back, going, "Oh, mate, we should have enjoyed last year so much more," because they're kind of assuming that Man City and United and them are just going to start doing what they're meant to do.
Right.
But is that actually going to happen though? Why does that have to happen? I mean, look at how good West Ham are doing. They're building something.
It doesn't, and there's so much more parity in the league. I mean, we say it week in, week out, but I almost don't want to, I don't want to jinx anything. I don't want to say that I think they can do it, because if they don't, I don't want. I mean, not that falls on me. They're like, but
All these people in Leicester are blaming you.
Well, I think we're in good after the song.
Yeah, that song was awesome. Can you send that to them, Philip?
You're welcome. They're favorites. I think if you were to get online and look at what the bookkeepers odds were, I think they would probably be the favorite to do it, which I absolutely love. I think, as an Arsenal fan, I think the draw with Spurs this weekend was.
Oh, Arsenal's got. They're out.
I think it's the nail in the coffin for us. I think we'd have to win out just to be within a game of doing it. But just such an interesting season, and you see it so few times in sports in the modern era. It's all money.
Someone else penetrates
everywhere you go. Why are the Yankees so good, and why are they in the playoffs every year? Because they spend more money than all the other teams, and all the players want to play there. And there's just so much of that. So it's so refreshing to see a team of sort of players that have bounced around, journeyman players, and be at this point in the year so close. I mean, they can taste it. And I think they got the right guy at the helm too. I think Ranieri's done an amazing job of keeping their eyes focused not on the end of the season, but just on the opponent ahead of them.
So here's a question. Here's a question for you. Today I was talking to someone who's a big Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how Klopp's going to try and rebuild next year, and how their win today is like only the third win in a row, which is their best win streak all season, which is crazy to think that. And so I said to him, in the summer, if you're a player who's offered the chance to go to Leicester or Liverpool, and this was on the assumption Leicester have won the league.
Right.
But even if not, let's say they're in just the Champions League.
Right.
All right. Who do you go to?
I mean, a lot of times money's going to dictate that. And
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the things that not a lot of people touched on that's getting overlooked is if Leicester win it, it's going to change the approach to which all teams look at a season now.
Because that's what Tottenham and Leicester have that in common, that they've both built teams.
Right.
They've not bought
But
one
Tottenham
player,
splashed an enormous amount of money in the last 5 years.
Yeah,
So-
but he's still over time built that team. I mean, you look at the addition of Daly Addy, Eric Dyer, and then they got Vimmer, the centre back, who's kind of coming after Vertonghen. Like,
right.
he's bought well.
I guess my point is, but yes, that falls into what I'm saying as well, is that teams now are going to understand that if they play well and they're consistent over the course of the season, it doesn't matter what the badge says anymore.
Yeah.
And that's such an exciting thing for the game. Such an exciting thing to think that if Crystal Palace get hot all year long. I mean, I picked Watford to be ahead of Leicester. So
we both had Leicester going down, didn't we?
We both had Leicester going down. I mean, I had Leicester going down, Chelsea winning it. I mean, I have no space to comment on team. And I think I had Newcastle having an excellent, being my surprise team of the year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm in no position to make any sort of remarks about anything.
Yeah.
But from a fan standpoint, the idea that teams are now going to look at the competition, which is the Premier League, as this is winnable by any club who can maintain consistent form over the course of the season because it's been done.
Yeah.
I mean, there's now going to be a little bit less of that. You can't go into Old Trafford and get 3 points.
No,
You can't go to Stamford Bridge and get 3 points. Now it's like, yeah, you can. This little counterattacking team from the middle of England did it for the course of an entire season, and they won it.
I think what will be interesting as well is, because how do Leicester buy if they win the league, right? Because you need to add a ton of depth, because they're going to go from playing in just the league to the league, the Champions League, the League Cup, the FA Cup, all in one go. So they're going to have to add, because you can't, like they've said, I mean, that's one of the things, right? They are so fresh going into every game. Like we talked about, they got 8 days before their next game.
Right.
That's a age in Premier League football.
Beautiful thing.
I mean, Liverpool's playing Thursday already.
Right.
They got, I don't know if they're travelling to Germany or not, but either way, they got a game Thursday. You look at teams like Man City have to go to Kiev to play out there. I mean, they're far. And we talked about them getting rested and stuff, but it doesn't matter where they're playing. They're still playing another game. And I understand that some people could say, well, the counter argument is keeping players fresh in training for 8 days, but still, come on.
Right, but you were saying about their plans for next year.
Yeah. So I mean, how do you deal with that next year? Because they're gonna be playing on the weekends. They'll be playing midweek.
Right.
So you can't. Jamie Vardy and Riyad Mahrez. I mean, you could try and play them every game, and they'll be all right through the fall when there's international games and things like that. But when spring comes around and things start coming thick and fast, like the Christmas period, they're going to need to have a lot of depth.
Yeah, and I don't know what the financial windfall is for winning the Premier League, and they're going to gain a lot of worldwide fans for doing it if they do it
next year, doesn't it?
It does, so they're going to get more cash there. But it's such an interesting backroom conversation with, okay, do we even focus on the Champions League, or do we focus on getting back there next year?
Just enjoy it. Yeah.
Do they do what Leeds United did and they go all in to try and win the there's obviously models that they need to steer away from, which I think that they are going to do.
Today's day and age, they get so much money that it's quite easy to be smart with your money when you're buying.
Yeah, and that's a good point. But how do you, because next year if they're in 4 competitions, you hit the nail on the head. They're gonna need depth. They're gonna need to bring guys in, which I think they can. I mean, I think loads of players want to play in England. It's the most sought after league to play in the world.
But let's say Willie Caviero, the guy at Lisbon who's been linked to United, the centre midfielder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say United don't make Champions League,
right?
And Leicester United's got similar money to spend, and he's offered similar contract. I mean, like clubs at United, their name's going to carry them through, right?
Yeah, but again, it's an excellent point. Leicester are going to be they're going to be allowed into rooms and conversations that they weren't before.
But they have to now, though. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like you said, you can't go and sign guys from the Championship to play in the Champions League. I mean,
right.
I mean, I'm sure that you could, But the chances of that working,
Right.
and even with that squad they've got this year, there's so many things that have added to them being able to do this. Obviously, teams around them have dropped a lot of points. A lot. They've lost games that they never would have lost. And they've had the great run of games in terms of spacing, and they've had a lot of the spread of their games. Everything's kind of gone in their favour. They've had no major injuries. Danny Drinkwater, Mahrez, all those guys, Morgan, they've all stayed fit. Schmeichel all year, so that's never been a major issue. So then you think, well, next year they've got to go and persuade guys like Willie Cavallero
Right.
that you need to think about coming to Leicester, and I don't know how you do that, because I think you don't see many teams come from nowhere, win it, and stay winning it.
No, I mean Chelsea. I mean, look at a club like
It's the
Chelsea,
name,
and
yeah.
look at the difference between this year and last year, and that's a club with virtually unlimited finances. So, I mean, I think
Well, financial fair play obviously has a factor, but
I think you just if you're Leicester City, you just enjoy
Being in
what
the
is
Champions
what
League,
is happening right now.
Yeah.
Like you just enjoy the run that you're making and the fact that you are literally favorites to win the Premier
Yeah.
League with 8 games left.
Because the sort of players I think they should look at are guys like, I look at Palace and I look at Yannick Bolasie.
Right.
He's the sort of guy. My criteria is, if Brendan Rodgers would have tried to sign him when he was at Liverpool, that's who Leicester need to be looking at.
Right.
So they're the sort of players. Don't sign all of them because they're not going to work out, obviously. But I mean,
I
like
think
Benteke. If Benteke was still at Villa, that's the sort of forward they try and sign. If Delph was still at Villa, that's the sort of midfield they try and
Right.
sign. You don't try and poach them from the big teams.
well,
you need to get in there.
and that's exactly right. You know, you can't. They need to just upgrade everything responsibly another level, because they're not going. I mean,
So who do that's good. But let's talk about that then. So what players in the Premier League do you think they try and look at?
I think you look at a player like maybe a Connor Wickham at Crystal Palace.
See, I think like you look at Arnautovic, say it's Stoke,
Sure.
scoring
So
tons of goals, big player, been in the Champions League, knows how to do it. I mean, if you made an offer for him, I don't think he would say no, because you're giving him Champions League football. And then I think Bolasie similar, but you got to strengthen across the park, and I think that's where it's tough. But I mean, you look at clubs like, let's say they like James Ward-Prowse at Southampton,
Right.
and they say England under-21 international, young, played in the Premier League so many years. Southampton's not winning Champions League next year. Let's bid for him. Like they're like, that's what my shopping list would look like. It's like Bolasie, Arnautovic, Ward-Prowse. I wouldn't be trying to go abroad too much. I understand that they find like Mahrez for 400 grand or whatever, but how often does a team find someone for 400 grand who's that good?
I mean, they're going to have to be smart in doing it, because, I mean, look at the way Arsenal have changed the transfer market, in the sense that when they target a player, basically all they're doing is the scouting work for the bigger
Everyone
clubs.
else, yeah.
So, you know, they're going to have to find those not world-class premier players. You know, they're going to have
It's
to
not
find
Players who fit.
totally. And, I mean, fit into a counterattack system. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things to add to it.
not-
But it'll be interesting to see. Like, I think of players like, say, Gylfi Sigurdsson at Swansea.
sure.
Like, guys like that. I don't know if he adds... It's not necessarily like adding quality, like you said. It's adding depth
Well,
to a system.
and depth is super important, but I also think that, you know, you've got to look at what fits into that. I mean, because you win and because you can afford to different players, do you change the system that won the Premier League last year? So, I mean, they play a very conservative counterattack. I mean, they're counterpunchers.
No, for sure. Totally agree with you.
So, I mean, what type of players do you look at? Because usually there's like the one key creative player in a counterattacking system, you know, and for me, that's obviously Mahrez.
Yeah.
You know, and then they've got a forward who makes very quick, makes very smart runs, and he's taking his chances. Although he needs to find a little bit of form. If they're going to win it, he's got to get back on form.
Vardy needs to keep scoring.
Vardy needs to get back
Yeah,
on
because
form.
they've only nicked a couple of games, didn't they? 1-0
They've been
yesterday,
leaving it late.
1-0
Norwich.
last week.
Yep.
They drew midweek with West Brom 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But they were saying, I mean, West Brom went, I think, kind of copied Norwich, tried to sit in a little bit and played them that way, because they're playing hard to break down. But, I mean, they need to win what? I mean, Tottenham may not win out. I mean, every time Tottenham loses a game,
I think
and Leicester
probably
wins, that's one game closer, isn't it?
5 wins and a draw probably does it.
Yeah.
That would be dropping 7. It'd be dropping 8 points.
No, we were talking about Palace earlier. Palace have only got 4 points in their last 36, which is ridiculous. And it all started when they started filming that damn TV show on NBC.
Right.
That's never a good idea, man. Stay away from that.
And in France, PSG clinched the league 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
They're clear. It's ridiculous. They're clear by like what 20-something points. Crazy. But today in America, the MLS did start.
Yeah.
Goals galore in the MLS today.
Goals galore. Chicago scored some goals. Didn't win, but made some goals,
They
which is,
did.
in Chicago is known as a win.
Yeah, Chicago Fire lost 4-3 to New York City today. None of the big players scored in any of those clubs today. Like none of the kind of marquee players. I don't know if Drogba played for Montreal with his deal about not playing on turf.
You were saying that. So tell the listeners what you had read or.
No, he said it, and the club's okay with it. He said that he's not going to play on turf because he don't want to risk affecting his knees in his career. And then what are they going to do? No, we need a player who can do that. We're going to find someone else. No.
Right.
He's like, that conversation went like this. Hey, you got a minute? Yeah, sure. Hey, just so you know, turf games this year for me? Nah.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm not
also,
doing that.
wind and rain, just to let you know. I'm only going to play when the sun's out.
Yeah.
How deep, and we touched on this a little bit before we started the show, but how deep do you think that goes? You think if Montreal end up like deep in the playoffs, he'll play in quarterfinals on turf or in the semi or in the final, obviously.
Final, obviously.
Playing on
Semis,
parking lots, final.
I think so, yes. Quarterfinal, I don't know.
Mm.
Because the quarterfinal, you're assuming Montreal's kind of a number 1, number 2 seed, right? So you're playing 7 or 8. So you think they could manage without him. And I think a lot of it will depend how they do through the
Well, it's
season.
home at home in the quarters all the way through, right, Philip? The only game that's one off is the final.
Is the final.
Yeah. So
Oh, you know what we've got to do? Real quick, Philip. How, this is obviously like Scott's segment, one that builds a lot of people are interested in it.
Right.
How did Forest do yesterday, Philip?
good show.
They lost.
Okay, so anyway, the MLS today is back with the banging goals everywhere. 3-3 draw, 2-2 draw, 4-3 game, 3-2 game. Brilliant.
Don't say the teams.
No, I can go through the results.
not
Yeah.
Orlando.
Orlando was 2-2, right?
Orlando drew with Real Salt Lake 2-2. New York Red Bulls.
By the way, that Orlando game, they were behind 2-0 going into extra time.
Yeah, at the end of the
Scored
second half,
both
right?
both goals in extra time. Yeah.
New York lost at home to Toronto 2-0. Chicago Fire lost at home to New York City 4-3. Houston Dynamo New England drew 3-3. FC Dallas beat Philadelphia 2-0. San Jose beat Colorado Crap Tits 1-0. Portland Timbers.
All right, you remembered. You remembered.
Portland Timbers won 2-1 against Columbus Crew. They're still waiting for Ronaldo to turn up. Vancouver Whitecaps lost at home to Montreal 3-2. Sporting KC beat Seattle in Seattle 1-0, which is a big result. And tonight at 9 o'clock, the Galaxy played DC United with the All-Stars. Galaxy All-Stars team, which is what it pretty much is.
Sure.
Be
It's
interesting to see how
true.
they do this year.
Philip, you're a big Galaxy fan, though, right?
Yes.
Oh, it's a Forest jersey.
I'm
Okay.
wearing my Forest jersey. I don't have a Galaxy jersey because, well, they're sponsored by Herbalife, and it's like a freaking multi-level marketing scheme, so I don't.
So you disagree vehemently with the club that you support?
I just don't like the.
We should
The
buy
Herbalife
him a shirt and
kit.
just have him duct tape over Herbalife. Just
And
put
we'll-
herbs
I would
for
get-
life.
I would get like a,
Oh,
a
yeah?
practice jersey, yeah, if it doesn't have all that stuff on it. But yeah, I'm not gonna get
We
a
should
just
just
buy it.
buy him some Herbalife just to really piss him off.
Are you going to switch to the new LA team when they come?
No.
Why
When-
not? They're cooler.
Will
They're
Ferrell's
not cool.
involved.
So
So they're what?
you
So
just
they're-
change teams.
What about the Atlanta team? Do you like the Atlanta teams?
No, I don't like any Atlanta teams.
No. Fuck Atlanta. That's what Philip says. Fuck Atlanta.
Yeah, and
I hate the
also
Falcons.
Miami.
Hate the Braves.
Sorry, who's the Miami United side?
Adriano.
Adriano. Yeah,
You said he's being unveiled soon, right?
he's gonna be unveiled. Yeah,
Yeah, all right. David Copperfield trick, mate. Poof. Oh, he's gone.
he's gone.
And he's gone. Just like that. In a puff of white smoke.
Exactly. A kilo.
He's
of,
gone.
A kilo of white smoke. That's that's blow.
Where's Adriano? He's sweating out in the bathroom big time right
Look
now.
at that guy run. Look at that guy run.
Yeah.
He said it's coffee.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm not involved in that. Yeah, so obviously having the MLS back is interesting. It's Like we also mentioned this off, Owen Coyle did an interview in one of the British papers about life over here coaching. And he was talking about how weird it is that rookies in the MLS are considered rookies at 21 and 22.
Right.
Whereas in Europe at that time, you look at guys like Dele Alli, 19, Eric Dyer, 20. I know I'm listing the top.
Kennedy.
Who?
Stop. Chelsea. The Chelsea.
Oh, sorry, the Brazilian lad at Kennedy. Yeah, sorry, one name threw me. Yeah, Kennedy. You look at and Toure who's at Chelsea. Like these are young guys that are doing it, and he's right, really. I mean, in that sense that you need to go through college to. Well, you don't need to, I suppose, anymore. But that it's still the preferred route over here to a professional life. It's interesting, isn't it, that a rookie is a rookie at 22.
I mean, I think that it's gonna probably. Maybe forever be not the downfall of U.S. soccer, but I mean it's such an
hindrance.
It's a definite hindrance. I mean, if I had kids, I don't know, I was a high school dropout, so let's throw me out of the analogy. But you know, if you had kids and they said, "Look, Stevie, your son's getting a full ride." No, daughter, you're gonna have girls. Damn it. But for the sake of the argument, your son is getting a free ride to Stanford. And then FC Dallas are offering him $60,000 a year. You say no, you're going to fucking Stanford. You're going to Stanford. Like, I'm sorry, you can play at FC. You can make $60,000 a year for 10 years after you go to Stanford. But you know, you get a degree from Stanford, and you can make significantly more amount of money than being in FC Dallas.
While the college system is a hindrance to the MLS, the China Super League also seems like that may be a little bit of a pain in the ass for the MLS.
I think it's
for a while
hilarious.
to come.
I think it's hilarious.
But they have. I just pulled it up here now.
Who they pay Lavezzi?
Oh yeah, they're paying Lavezzi $600,000 a week.
Dollars or pounds?
And he's on £400,000.
£400,000 a week
to play. Because they had. So the rules are such. They've got this. Each team in China is allowed 5 foreign players. Okay, but only 4 are allowed on the field at the same time. No overseas goalkeepers. Because they want to improve their homegrown goalkeepers. There's 0 cap on spending, no maximum wage, no fair play equivalent. The new Chinese transfer record was broken 4 times in the last transfer window. Alex Teixeira is the highest one right now, £37.5 million. The average stadium capacities are now 45,000, but the average attendance is 25,000. No.
That'll go up.
But the league's only been going since 94. But again, it's got that weird schedule where it's like March, November. So this really does conflict with the MLS.
Since the leagues are just starting, the U.S. leagues,
mm-hmm.
Why don't we wrap the show up with our picks for next year, or our picks for this year, along with our Chinese Super League picks?
Oh, I don't know how you say any of the names. We need to do it when Travis comes on. Let's do these when Travis comes on.
Perfect.
But you look at the players that are out there right now, like Demba Ba's out there, Jovino's out there, Tim Cahill was, Asamoah Gyan was out there. Tim Cahill, incidentally, was out there for like 4 weeks or something, and then they just terminated his contract. Like they're saying, one of the big problems with it out there is the spending is so crazy and it's moving so quickly.
Pay him, he can leave.
There's no structure. So like guys are turning up. Like they had the story. I'm trying to find it, but it's all because President Xi, how you say his name? President whatever, the Chinese president. He's got this 10-year plan to try and get them to win the World Cup, right? He wants to build 20,000 football schools to produce 100,000 players, and that's by 2017.
Hang on, that's only 5 players a school.
Quality over quantity, Sonny.
I mean, what do you want? I mean, hey, I was prom king.
President
But you're only a dude in your class.
As he wants China to host and win a World Cup in the next 15 years, which isn't fair, because if you thought about that with numbers, that's only 3 World Cups, right? Because there's not going to be 4, because if you think about it, you've got, in 2018, it's Russia. 2022 is Qatar. Whatever you want to call it.
That's what I want to call it.
And then 2026 has not been decided, obviously 2030. So 2030, so he's got 4 World Cups he's given them, and he's going to host one of the other 2. But yeah, it's crazy. And they were talking about how it's all free to watch online now. They've got it all online so that everyone can watch it.
I can't wait to pick a Chinese league team.
Oh my God.
I'm getting a jersey. I'm letting you know that now.
Oh, yeah, they got some pretty interesting jerseys. But I'm trying to find the Tim Cahill thing. Oh, okay, here it is. Tim Cahill described the Chinese Super League as crazy and like a revolving door. The Australia International was critical of players moving purely for personal gains. I mean, China's not exactly the most desirable place to live. Shortly after his comments, Fox Sports on Australia, Cahill left Shanghai Shenhua before joining Hangzhou. I'll stop because Travis can do this. But his contract was ripped up and changed real quick. But all their money's coming from real estate and property that they're putting into it. But the Chinese economy is slowing.
It's like a Real Madrid league.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's mad. They're just spending money like crazy. And they're saying that the way Chinese people are, they love to say they broke a record. Like, that's a big deal. So every club is just outspending each other.
That's why the vinyl business is so big over there. Philip.
Breaking records? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I like that.
Here we go, Phil. You got it?
Oh, no, he
Still
don't
no?
have it.
I
No,
don't have the
nothing.
soundboard.
It's okay.
No
I didn't plug
soundboard.
everything in.
We have a drum cymbal.
So
we
who-
have
Who do you have winning the
1,000 wires over here.
MSL, though? MSL. What did I say?
MSL? MLS?
MLS. Sorry, works. my
Whoever
brain.
Jose Altidore is playing for. I am going to take this year.
Should we
seeing
put
as
up their kits? You want to do it on kits alone?
Columbus Crew looks like a cat peed in the middle of the jersey.
It does.
I am going to go with the Seattle Sounders
Okay.
based on absolutely nothing. How about you? Who do you got? Charleston Battery?
No, I'm going. I'm
Did you
going.
say Idaho?
for- No, I didn't say Idaho. Idaho. Said that once to a girl. Did not go down well.
No.
I like the Sounders jerseys are cool. I also like the Houston ones, but they're definitely not going to win it. Montreal's is stupid because the guy's doing that dab thing, which I refuse to ever do while I'm alive. I do like Sporting KC's. Sporting KC's not a bad team, are they? What do you think? Philip, who are you picking?
Just on,
Galaxy, isn't you?
well, Galaxy, but just based on jerseys, though, Portland to repeat because I do like their kits.
Oh, here we go. I've got all the kits here. I'm having a quick
Yeah.
look.
So you're picking your winner based on kits?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what
definitely.
you-
That's the only
that was
thing.
the,
That's what I'm going. That's my premise. That's why I'm taking so
Well-
long.
Okay.
I really like the. I do like that. New York away one is so American. I
Yeah.
love that with like the echo coming out of the badge. It's pretty cool. The Columbus Crew one is terrible. It's god awful. The Timbers ones are kind of cool.
The Columbus Crew one looks like an advertisement for, hey, Barbasol will clean the cat piss off your jersey.
Yeah. Is someone
Phil,
urinating
can we
on
put
your
a picture
mattress?
of the Columbus Crew jersey on the Facebook?
Sure.
It's so bad. And then we have. I do like the Sporting KC ones too, but like, at what age is it bad for a grown man to still wear a football shirt just to wear it? Like, I sometimes wear my Pompey one out and I'm like, can I still do this?
I mean,
The name on the back's kind of the thing, right? I mean, that's when it changes, doesn't it? If there's a name on the back, it's probably like, oof,
hey, fanboy,
yeah.
relax.
I want to avoid that fanboy thing after what you lot said last week. So, yeah, I don't want to be fanboy. I don't know, man. There's some cool jerseys in the MLS. I said New York last year, they were terrible, weren't they? I don't know. It's just great for everyone at home.
Yeah, just listening
Watching
to
me
you
scroll
watch
through it.
jerseys.
I'm just going to go for New York. They're not going to win it, but the jersey's cool.
So you want NYCFC?
Yeah.
I don't know why they wouldn't win it. They're going to spend more money.
I'm going to see them when they come to Houston. I'm going to try and meet Pirlo.
Nice.
Fanboy.
Will you-
I'm going to
When
ask
he
him to
walks
sign
by,
his
will
book.
you just go and blow his magnificent quaff?
Just ask him to stand next to me just before the photo go. Oh, you smell so good.
Oh my God, is that Pert? You use your Pert? Yeah, I bet you use Pert.
You know he smells good.
Well, I mean, I'm not. Yeah, probably.
Oh, here you go. Real quick, we were talking about this earlier before we have to go. You know the...
We still have 4 more leagues to do. Yeah, we do. We're doing it quick.
All right. We saw that guy from One Direction was playing football with Steven Gerrard and Ashley Cole and Robbie Keane this week.
Yes.
What pop star would you most like to play football with at the athletic stadium for a training session?
What pop star?
Yeah,
I mean, you go first. I gotta
Beyonce.
think. What?
Beyonce.
That was Jesus. Had you thought about that? I don't know. Maybe like Henry Rollins.
I don't know.
Yep, good for you. Can't believe I'll allow you in the same room as me sometimes.
We've talked about this, that you can't.
Oh, you
never-
pop star. Well, Henry Rollins isn't a pop star.
No,
He's
yeah,
just
that's what I'm
he's
saying.
just
Gotta be
a
a pop
fucking
star.
super cool dude. I'd just sit out there and play with my fucking self.
Chris Brown would be kind of funny to play with.
Chris Brown, he gets stuck in a tackle.
to the girls.
Oh,
Bosh.
You can't say that.
If it happened, you can say it though, right? Because that's not allegedly, is it? Like he punched her in his car, right?
I mean, I guess I'd probably like to play with someone where I figured I could do some good in the world. Like maybe play with Kanye.
Oh my God! Could you imagine playing with Kanye West?
Yeah, I mean, I would just try and break his neck and kill him.
Oh, wow.
That's
He'd be like,
terrible.
I'm not touching the ball, man. The ball's gonna move on its own when it wants to. I'm gonna sit here and design cool white T-shirts.
I'm gonna make the Earth rotate the ball into the goal.
Did you see his tweet he was sending out about like the things that he's never done with women? Like he was like, I've never been involved in ass play, and all my exes know this. He just tweets that out.
Well, he got
I'm like,
put
bro.
On, no, he got put on blast by
Yeah.
what's that?
His
Amber
ex.
Rose.
Amber Rose.
Yeah.
So, it's crazy. Oh, crazy life. Yeah, I don't follow celebrities like that. So anyway, go on. Tell me about the NPSL.
Who's gonna win the NPSL?
No, you're going to tell me about it. You said you want to do the NPSL league. What happened in the NPSL this week?
Adriano's getting unveiled.
What? Okay, next. USL. What happened in the USL this week?
Reno announced that they were going to be called like Reno 1868 or something like that.
They should have called Reno 911.
Yeah,
So much
that'd
better.
been awesome.
So much better. So much better.
Okay. Oh, tell them the thing you found out about San Diego and we made fun of them.
Oh yeah, apparently. I mean, I'll apologize for it.
I'm not. I don't apologize for anything.
You should for that fucking goal you let in today.
Yeah, I was very apologetic immediately after that.
Apparently, Zest is like part of a fucking wave or something. Which there's waves in San Diego. It makes sense. I mean, I apologize. Who was the guy's name? Danny was the owner.
I think that was
I
the name you
sounded like
made
my
up.
impression of
That
him
was
is
the name you made up
excellent.
for him.
Spot on.
Spot on.
You made that up for him.
So yeah, apparently the Zest is like it's not good. I mean, let's not go so far as to say like it's good, but
It's made it more acceptable.
it's made it. Yeah.
Okay. And
It's not a flavor.
And ASL. What happened there this week?
I was reading about how
Is that the Rhinos team?
that's
the Rhinos?
USL.
Oh, my bad.
You should do a podcast. I was reading about how
I'm
many.
here to do Europe and the rest of the world and the She Believes Cup.
Europe
You're here
and the
to do
rest
the
of the
America.
world. I was reading that the Minnesota United are going to have exceptions made in terms of keeping players.
What does that mean?
Well, they're moving from NASL to MLS next year, and there's
Okay.
some rules that they're not going to have to see to so that they can keep some of their squad this year. So my pick for winning NASL is definitely Minnesota United. Because if I were them, I'd be buying my dudes now.
Interesting.
What else you got? How about this? Because I know you know the answer to something in America. What's going on in USL, Stevie, now that you know Rochester Rhiners are in it? The Rhiners.
They redid their badge,
Fucking
didn't they?
Still one off of Scott for next week with the Rhiners.
Those Rhiners redid their badge. That's how people from Somerset talk in England, by the way.
Somerset.
That's how my cousin talks.
I
He's
lived
from
in-
Froome. He
I lived
talks
in
like that.
Somerset.
They throw stones at the moon when it comes out. What are you doing up there? It comes, it disappears. It's weird. But they redesigned their badge, the Rochester Rhinos, to be taken more seriously. In my opinion, you know how you get taken more seriously? Change your name from Rochester Rhinos to something good.
Right, more Z's, idiot. Rhinos. There's room for it.
What is it about these animals that have nothing to do with where you're from? Like, I can understand, right? If you was in Colorado and there was a team in Denver and they called the Denver Bears.
The Colorado Caribou. Let's not forget them from the
Yeah,
NASL.
right?
They had fringe on their jerseys. Note to Philip, if we can please put a Colorado Caribou jersey up. They're
Okay.
the greatest,
Okay.
worst jerseys ever.
I'll try
So
to
that makes
remember.
sense, right? I'm
Yeah.
buying that.
Right.
Then we talk about other teams. Let's think about this. New York Red Bulls, sponsorship deal. Good with that too.
Right.
Totally understand that.
Sure, totally.
Money takes over every now and then. That's why football teams in England have stupid stadium names, because they let them do it. I get that. What I don't get is things like, is Pittsburgh on a river? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the river?
It's actually on 3 rivers, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So the river hounds. What is a river hound? Is that like an otter or something?
Well, I mean,
Or
It's a dog.
a dog?
Lives on the river.
yeah, I
okay.
was just gonna say
So even
the
that-
same thing, but with hound, Philip. Good stuff.
So it balances out a little bit in that regard. But when you pick something as obscure and as ridiculous as a rhino, it's not even native to your continent.
Right.
Is it even native to the Northern Hemisphere?
No, I don't think so.
Why on earth they call themselves the Rochester Rhinos?
No, I don't know. Do you want to call them?
Yeah, it's not even that ferocious of an animal. Like don't get me wrong. It's not like I'd see a rhino and go, "No, I'm cool, rhino." I would obviously be like, "Fuck, it's a rhino." But to me, that's the same name as the Rochester Black Mambas. I don't want to fuck with one, but I'm not like, ugh.
So, by that definition, you have a major issue with like the Detroit Lions.
Stupid name.
Really? Okay.
All right.
I mean, actually,
Okay.
just like super old traditional American. So
Philadelphia,
it's second.
Philadelphia Eagles, get it. Eagle, America. I'm surprised not every American
America.
team is not named.
America.
The Tulsa Eagles, the Oklahoma City Eagles, the Springfield Eagles, because America does love that eagle.
There's a lot of eagles.
They love that eagle.
Is
They
there a-
love that talon.
So
They
does-
love that.
What does Britain have? Lions? You guys just love lions.
3 lines.
There's 3
Again, though, I believe that comes back down to our darker days when we were doing these crusades, killing all these people because they didn't believe in the same religion as us and just taking over the world forcefully. Those days, we were like just taking stuff from people. And I'm pretty sure Richard the Lionheart is why we have the lions.
He's on Game of Thrones, right?
So again, yes, that is accurate.
All right, then I know which one it is.
So let's talk about those teams that have these ones that make no sense. Like that Detroit Lions. What? Like, I mean, Atlanta Silverbacks? Like, no one down there actually went, well, hang on. We need to think. In my mind, I don't do marketing. But I'm saying, if I'm doing that, 10 years' time, I'm going, MLS is one of the biggest teams in the world.
Well, you don't know about
Leagues
the
in the
great
world.
guerrilla migration of 1999
Oh my
from Georgia.
God. But let's think about it. 10 years' time, MLS is like.
Well, the
up there
gorillas are
Premier League.
leaving. What will we call our NASL team now?
Why do you call yourself the Silverback, Atlanta Silverback? Call yourself something stupid. I'll give New York City credit. Like, I understand what they're doing. You could say, well, that's because they're partnered with Man City or whatever. Okay. Even then, that new LA team, what's it called? It's like LA United, right?
No, it's the LAFC, isn't it?
LAFC, there you go.
Yeah.
Normal. Good for them. I would support them. FC Dallas, normal.
Yeah, boring, stupid English. So,
Sonny, your team's called the Tulsa Athletics. That's pretty much as British of a
for
sporting
now,
name as you can get.
Oakland's going to make us change it to Tulsa Athletic, I think.
You know, I'd love to get
Perfect,
involved. Marshawn Lynch, get him on your side somehow would be awesome.
Got a lot of free time now.
Yeah.
Can you name another team that's really stupid in the next 10 seconds?
Seattle Sounders.
A team name?
That's a
No,
stupid name again.
it's-
Sounders.
They're around Puget Sound.
Oh, I didn't know that. Ignorance.
I know.
It's a disease we all have.
That's like, yeah. That's why, man. That's why we make end up calling San Diego Zest owner. And
So let me think about
should
some
we
of the
call
team names.
Zest
I couldn't
owner
tell you one
and
straight away.
apologize?
Oh, I didn't realize the St. Louis Blues were called the Blues because of the Blue musical note for a really long time.
Yeah.
Until I looked at it one day and I was like, I always thought that logo was a stick with a puck really big. Like it was coming off the stick.
Wow.
So how about the Utah Jazz is a terrible name, but
Yeah, I
it-
don't understand that. Like Jazz isn't from Utah.
Well, they relocated
Yeah,
from New
from New
Orleans,
Orleans.
but
Okay, I understand that now.
I mean, change it, right?
Yeah, I would.
Change it.
Philadelphia Steelers is because it's a steel town,
Pittsburgh.
right? Yeah,
just let them
Pittsburgh
go.
Steelers.
Just let
Pittsburgh
'em go.
Steelers. Sorry, no, yeah, right. Philadelphia Eagles. No, I know it.
The Chicago Packers.
No, you could say it. I know it. Bears, Bulls, Cubs, White Sox.
Well,
I've got that covered. Fire. There you
Cleveland
go. That
Browns
one.
is probably.
That one. Let's talk about that one. The Chicago Fire. The fire that decimated your city, which is the reason all your doors open out into the
That's
street.
worse than the Joplin demise.
Yeah.
Why? Well, hang on. San Jose have done it, right? They got the earthquakes.
Earthquakes, right?
What the fuck? What?
Yeah.
New Orleans is going to get one. They're going to be called the New Orleans Katrinas.
Tulsa
Ooh, too
F5
soon.
tornadoes next year.
I mean,
soon.
seriously.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but the logic, like those marketing people, when they sit down, they do not. That is why the MLS struggles for world appeal, right? Because you see it when sports presenters in England have to say things like,
Oh, and the Quakes beat the crap
yeah,
tits.
yeah, they go. The LA Galaxy played the San Jose Earthquake yesterday, and they drew 1-1. But it's getting over that thing, and I think what like Tulsa Athletics, they're doing it the right way. LAFC, they're doing it the right way. They realise that, and I'm not saying Tulsa Athletics trying to take over the world in world appeal, but you realise that there's no need to be called the Tulsa
Humdingers, Smangbashers,
Tulsa Hammerheads.
Wilmington.
There is a thing called the Hammerheads. Oh my god, I forgot. Oh,
It is true.
I'm
You're
done.
yeah.
I'm done.
I hear
I'm
you.
done.
All right.
So dumb. So dumb.
It does cap though. Like I mean, you can only get like
Because there's only so many mascots as well, right? It's like people start making up animals.
for sure.
We talked about it before with the Bearcats. What's a Bearcat? It actually is something though, isn't it? I looked it up.
Well,
Maybe.
don't
I
talk
guess
about it.
now is probably the right time to
End the show.
tell
yeah.
you that we're changing the name to the Tulsa Flamingcats.
Oh my god.
It's a half flamingo, half cat. It's a pink.
Scorpio
Nice.
dogs.
It's a pink cat
Nice.
with long legs.
That would be the sort of thing you would pick.
Yeah, the flamingcats.
So you're gonna get like a lion and a horse with a unicorn on it, horn on its head out here next year for the games.
Yeah, well, a live lion.
That'd
The
be
live
awesome.
unicorn is proving difficult with both,
Just need to know a right guy.
Magic.
I know a guy.
and ASPCA really doesn't like stuff us to glue horses onto.
We can talk to him about that.
So, okay, well, all right. Number 40 coming up.
Oh, the big 4-0.
Let's do it now. I'm kidding.
No.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week.
You know, I just hold on. Go back. Do it again. Do that part again. Because I was on the wrong screen. There we go. Now the show's over.
Now the show's
Thank you for listening to It's Always Sunny in Soccerdelphia. Follow us on Twitter at Soccerdelphia or email us at it'salwayssunnyinsoccerdelphia@gmail.com. You can also leave us a text or voice message at 539-302-4625. Be sure to subscribe to the pod on iTunes or SoundCloud. You can find the links on our website, alwayssunnypodcast.com.